When discussing collaborative work between Sega and Platinum Games, the series that comes to mind is Bayonetta. These over-the-top action games have been well received and are oftenly praised. But the first game, when it first released, was basically on life support, and with the help from Nintendo, the series saw massive success on their hardware that is known for more family-friendly games, even an appearance in Super Smash Bros. In 2020, the original Bayonetta was released for PlayStation 4, along with another collaborative project, Vanquish. This is an over-the-top third-person shooter that released in 2010, and you can tell it was made by the same people who made Bayonetta in terms of aesthetics and gameplay. I've heard the game before, but I recently decided to play it for myself and beat it in a few hours. I consider it an underrated masterpiece because of the many great decisions and overall fun gameplay. It doesn't have a massive story to follow and is basic enough for what it's worth, but it's basically a save the world plot that makes sense. Performance as a whole is pretty good and have that Xbox 360 smell and taste, but something such as the missions abruptly ending and the performance and cutscenes sometimes lag, which I find to be pretty odd. But I want to discuss why I think the gameplay for this game is some of the highest quality stuff I have ever experienced for a third-person shooter. I've mentioned that this is a third-person shooter that has high levels of over-the-top combat that fundamentally works, and it makes sense with who is working with the game. The structure itself is mostly on these battle planes that allow you to hide and shoot, effective to make it feel like a battlefield. The best thing the game would do is have upgrades not be a stupid skill tree, but rather pick up the weapon or get the upgrade booster packs that will give you a star or a line to indicate how powerful the weapon is. It's effective in knowing how to be smart, but also not follow the standards while doing things to make it its own game. The weapons themselves are all unique, with many of them being your basic shotguns and long-range ones, but it has fun ones which give you a laser or magical bubbles that pop. Like in Bayonetta, they use the environment to incorporate unique and interesting elements to elevate the gameplay, such as these train sections that are fast and awesome. While the music itself isn't as good as in Bayonetta, it does the job. Finally, I want to touch on the boss fights. Many of them are fine, but a lot of them are reused, and this makes sense, but it helps keep costs low when developing the game. This large robot one was the most difficult one personally. The beginning and late game ones give me the hardest time due to not knowing where to attack the weak point or how to dodge the big laser at the end. Overall, I do think Sega and Platinum Games did a fantastic job with what was given. This is the best thing they ever created together, and I want people to play this game when they get the green stuff. Please?